Amira Al-Gawabi is the Human Rights Coordinator for the National Council of Canadian Muslims. She is joining us now from Ottawa. Thanks so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Are we seeing an elimination of the middle ground in Islam?
I don't think that we're seeing an elimination of the middle ground at all. What I think is just, coming to all of us is the realization that this fringe extremist groups that are out there are doing their darndest and really, really worrying and frightening all of us in terms of the way that they are trying to show that or try to justify these violent crimes as being Islamic, which they are completely not. Just today, the brother of the Muslim French police officer who was shot by these terrorists said, these are not Muslims. My brother was Muslims protecting Charlie Hebdo, and he died doing that. These individuals that claim to be acting in the name of Islam are not. They are simply terrorists.
Is secular Islam in danger?
Secular Islam, I don't think that we need to put different kinds of labels on secular Islam or moderate Islam or whatever. There is Islam, and there is understanding of the traditional teachings of Islam. And the vast majority of Muslims right across the world, through a Pew Forum, for example, a Gallup poll that came out a few years ago that said 94% of the world's Muslims are completely opposed to terrorism. So yes, there is a minority that might feel that justified in their grievances to take violent actions, but the vast majority of Muslims understand that their teachings do not promote violence, that no matter how offensive you might have found a cartoon to be, it is far more offensive and hurtful to take the life of anyone, and it's far more harmful to Islam to think that you're doing something that is righteous, which is, it's not righteous, it's criminal, and it's un-Islamic, and it's been condemned by Muslim leaders and ordinary Muslims right across this world.
So would you say that Islam has an image problem, perhaps? And if so, is anything being done to seriously combat the image?
Well, I think what we've seen from surveys is that when people know Muslims in their day-to-day lives and they actually have personal relationships, they have a much more positive understanding of Islam and a much more positive view of Muslims. When people are getting their information about Islam from the news, which is always about bad news, and then unfortunately these tragedies keep happening, then you could forgive anyone for wondering what is going on over here. So it's definitely the responsibility of Canadian Muslims and Muslims right across Western societies to continuously explain what Islam teaches, and also within the communities to ensure that people who feel upset, have grievances, or feel disenfranchised, that they have a place to air those grievances. But equally so, our scholars and our leaders and everyday Muslims have to continuously debunk and demystify the kind of ideology that would allow anyone to think that they were justifiable in considering doing any kind of crime.
All right, Amira Al-Gawabi, the Human Rights Coordinator for the National Council of Canadian Muslims, joining us from Ottawa. Thanks so much for your time today. We do appreciate it.